On this week's episode of the Books, Booze, and BS podcast, we discuss Starship by Cat Sebastian and also dive into the world of sports. Happy listening. Welcome to this week's episode of the Books, Booze, and BS podcast. Glad I said it right that time. I am your host, Mike Jakubowski, and this week I'm joined by Lynn, Nicole, and B. Everyone say hi.
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 I guess I should say Brendan, not B. Our listeners aren't as friendly with him.
Why is that? What have they been saying?
You don't want to read the comments. Nicole, welcome to your first episode of 2026.
Thank you. It's glad to be back.
I wish you were not under the weather for it, but we will power through and you'll have a great episode.
Sure.
Let's discuss what everyone's drinking tonight. We will start with Nicole.
I have, what is it? The blackberry lemonade spike smoothie from the Connecticut Valley Brewing Company.
How is it?
Oh, I love these. They're my favorite.
I think I really like I think during the fall they have an apple pie one. That's really good. Yeah, that was pretty good. Brendan, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a limoncello spritz.
Is that because you miss being on vacation in Europe?
Every moment.
I miss seeing your vacation in Europe. Those photos were fantastic. The stories were even better. Something about an $8,000 bottle of wine.
Fantastic. Yeah. We looked it up. The bottle, if you were to buy it in a package store here, was like $2,200. So it was definitely marked up at the place, but it still wasn't like a cheap bottle here.
No.
Yeah, we were very excited about that.
Just to clarify, though, we did not buy that.
No, we did not. Someone gifted it to us.
That's a nice gift.
They must.
We didn't even have to put out.
They must have recognized that we were probably the poorest of the people at this place, if at least one of the poorest, seeing some of the tables, what they were drinking and the quantities they were drinking them in.
But the most fun.
Yes, absolutely. It was crazy because a huge thunderstorm rolled through halfway through our dinner, and we're asking the staff how often does this happen? And they're like, this has never happened. And there was only one area that had tenting above it, so everyone was just huddled underneath it, just drinking nonstop. It was great, with Bad Bunny blaring in the background.
Nice.
Lynn, what are you drinking this evening?
I am drinking a Smart Water. I am also under the weather. I have more been hit by the stomach bug, so I have been having a rough time over here, and I'm going to Indianapolis in 2 days, so I need to pull it together.
Tell Peyton I said hi.
I will. I figure, our bullshit portion of this is going to be about sports, and I'm going to a sports mecca.
That is true. You got to find our brick outside the stadium. It's there.
Oh, I'll take a look.
I am also drinking a limoncello spritz because we had those mini bottles of champagne, and it just made sense for Brendan and I to have the same drink. All right. The treat of the week was a homemade focaccia. Did anyone else make it other than Brendan?
I did not. So I did bake a ton this weekend. My friend just had a baby, so Alex and Andy just had their first daughter, so I made them a whole bunch of baked goods and snacks to tide them over for the first couple of weeks. So unfortunately, I did not do an experimental baking.
You went by what you knew.
Yeah, exactly.
Nicole, I think you also said no.
Yeah, I threw Dan his surprise 30th on Saturday, so I was in sick and prepping mode all week.
I guess that takes precedence to have the 30th birthday.
30th.
Yeah, I know, right?
Baby.
Yes.
Yeah, Nicole's our baby on the call this episode.
I thought I was.
You're the eldest.
Oh,
Poor Brendan.
Youngest at heart.
My daughter, she may scream into the microphone, but she would be the youngest.
She would be the youngest. And Brendan made the focaccia. I gave him, he said he wanted to make bread, so I let him do it. He can talk about it.
Yeah, I thought it came out pretty good. I looked at a couple of different recipes and they were all kind of different. This one was a pretty easy one to do. I think focaccia in general is not supposed to be too hard. It's my first time making anything with yeast, so I had no idea what I was doing, but I think it came out pretty good.
Yeah, I think like what you said, the next time you want to do one with bread flour versus regular flour.
Correct.
Because this recipe called for all purpose.
It'll be curious to see how different it is. But yeah, I mean, focaccia is one of my favorites, so
We
I
did make that cinnamon Pop-Tart bars that you
Oh.
Yeah, Dan was like, I could eat this entire pan right now.
Those were like, really good.
They were so good. He's like, these are horrible. You cannot bring them anywhere.
What was everyone's best bite of the week? We will start with Lynn.
So we went to Present Company and did the chef's tasting. Everything was really good, well thought out, very different, perfectly seasoned. I have never been so full in my life, but the standout dish was actually a cod dish. It was on a bed of fingerling potatoes and it was dressed with mustard seed and this savory passion fruit sauce. It was so bright and I would never stick those flavors together, but they just played perfectly with each other. I felt like I was in the Caribbean. It was lovely.
Where is Present Company?
It's in Simsbury, near Terrafil.
Oh, okay. Oh, I think I know where that is.
Simsbury.
It's like at the bottom of the hill, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think that there used to be something else there before.
Yes. I can't remember what it was.
Same. My old manager, Barbara Brown, used to go to the whatever it was before. I remember her talking about it. Nicole, best bite.
We ended up going on Friday night. I had reservations for his actual birthday dinner. We went to Jay Gilbert's. And I love their blue cheese potato chips because last time we went there, I was pregnant and couldn't have them. So we housed those. And then I had their short rib gnocchi, which anything there is absolutely to die for. So we definitely had a pretty good meal there.
Wait, their blue cheese isn't pasteurized?
They don't recommend it for pregnant people.
Ugh. The worst.
And I couldn't. And last time we went there too, I like my steak still mowing, and that is also not recommended for pregnant people.
Yeah, no, I've been pregnant, and that's one of the hardest parts for me. I love sushi, I love cold cuts, and I love my steak. Rare enough a good vet could say that.
Yes, exactly.
I'm always curious to venture off the steak Jay Gilbert's, but I always can't get away from ordering a steak at Jay Gilbert's.
The short rib is super tender, and I love gnocchi, so I don't probably say it correctly, but it is delicious.
And how old is your daughter?
She will be 5 months on Friday.
Oh, so she's new. So you were recently pregnant, yeah.
That's why I've taken my time coming back.
Yeah, she's on podcast hiatus for a bit.
Yeah, it's hard to read a physical copy, but so I've been reading my Kindle, but now she hits everything, so it just skips pages on me, and I'm like, Dad, no. Stop.
Reading books on my phone was what saved me during those newborn days because it just, a screaming, angry, hateful potato.
I am not gonna lie. She was a pretty decent baby. She's been sleeping through the night since she's been 4 weeks.
Oh, my child hated being a baby. Hated it. He loves being a toddler. He's so happy now, but he just, anytime he was awake as a baby, he would just be scream crying.
Oh no, we did not have that unless she was hungry or pooped herself. She was okay.
I scream when I poop myself.
And how frequently does that happen, Mike?
What did you say, daily? Yes. So rude. Anyways, Brendan, best bite of the week?
Mike knows that this question has really been stressing me out, mostly because we just got back from our vacation. So our entire vacation,
so many good bites.
there was just so many options, and it's so hard because everything was so good. So I'm gonna go I guess my first place, because I think Mike is getting my second and or first place depending on like the way the wind blows. So I'll give that one to him. But I'll go with my first place was a signature pasta from a place called La Garite, which was off in Cannes, and it was on its own little island. And it was this kind of like Parmesan, lemon, white wine sauce pasta.
Ooh, I love Parmesan, lemon, and pasta together. That combo is just elite.
There was something about it. It was so simple, but it tasted super fresh, and it was kind of unique because it's not something you see everywhere. So I'm gonna go with that for my best bite, but I will give a runner-up bite. And one of the places that we did go
Don't
was
steal mine.
Menton.
Oh, okay.
Menton. We just talked about this. Calm down. And Menton is kind of like the lemon capital of the south of France, and they have these lemon tarts that were delicious, and we bought the lemon curd, and we literally have had it for the third time. We bought some of the lemon curd home, so I have to do a shout out for that one.
And also, where his best bite came from was where we had the $8,000 bottle of wine.
Nice. I do want to note that both of your best bites had lemon in them, so maybe we'll need to use lemon curd in our next podcast meal.
That is a good idea. I do in summer, so lemon's a good flavor for summer.
Yeah.
Well, I'm drinking a limoncello spritz. Wow, I really am all about the lemons right now.
So my best bite doesn't have any lemon in it, but it is the other place that Brendan was talking about. It was a restaurant called Cherry, and it was in Saint-Tropez. I couldn't pinpoint one thing from the meal, so I'll say what I had for my whole meal. I had burrata. I had probably one of the best steaks I've ever had, and a pistachio cheesecake.
Ooh, pistachio cheesecake sounds amazing. And also like it would have killed you in your childhood.
Yes.
It was a Bath cheesecake.
Oh, so like the slightly burnt, delicious, caramelized. Yeah.
So it was so creamy, and the raspberry sauce on it was phenomenal.
So there was a
steak
group.
Was au poivre.
It was. There was a group of Gen Z girls sitting next to us, and funny story. So we ordered espresso martinis. Natalie and I did, and we got them decaf with Baileys because we're old. And they also order espresso martinis. They came there. They're obviously black because they didn't ask for Baileys. And they're like, why does yours look different?
I like your accent as you say that.
And we're like, oh, well, we ordered it with Baileys. And she's like, love. But there was
little Alexa Rose channeling.
Yeah. But they were battling amongst the four of them about what dessert to get, and we influenced, I'm going to say, who is the ringleader to get the pistachio cheesecake.
Nice.
All right.
So it sounds like you guys ate your way through Europe.
Oh, yeah. I definitely did not step on the scale when I got back because I ate and drank a lot. We definitely had our best wine tasting tour ever.
Oh,
based
I'm
on
so jealous.
quantity.
Based on quantity.
Well, it was crazy. Like usually like you get your maybe six tastings at a place and you move on. We had like 6 to 8 at every place, and then he would leave the fucking bottles on the table and be like, feel free to revisit whatever you want. And then he'd
love that journey for you.
And then he'd leave, and I'm like, all right, like you picked the worst people to do this with, but gonna fill my glasses up.
I bet you tipped well, so he probably picked the best people too.
Yes, we did.
But well, yeah, I think we did. I gave the cash for the tip, but the ride back from the tour was a little over an hour, and between the time we left and the time we got to our hotel, I was about a quarter second away from just peeing myself. I was like, I really did not plan this well. So like I threw the cash at Mike, like, give him the tip, I gotta run.
Yep. And then he flew up the 4 flights of stairs to our hotel room. All right, so let's get into this week's book, Starshipped by Cat Sebastian. We'll do our normal overall thoughts, what you liked about the book, what you didn't like about the book, if you have some favorite quotes or passages you want to share. We will start with Lynn.
So overall, it was hard for me to get into this story when I started it, but that was not actually due to the author by any means. I actually listened to it on audiobook, and I don't know if anyone else did, but the narrator for that audiobook he put such a weird accent on it. So think someone from Southern California trying to do their best Greenwich, Connecticut accent, but also make it classic Star Trek. So every other line started with the characters' names, and the narrator applied such a distinct inflection on them that I just had so much difficulty moving past it. Think Simon was having a neurotic episode, so Charlie reacted with insecurity. Like, it was so hard. But I got through it. The plot wasn't super meaty. The enemies to lover trope was not really a slow burn, but the finding out they were secretly pining away after each other from afar was done really well. And of course, we have that whole black cat falling for the golden retriever trope, who also has anxiety issues. So, working through their feelings and their own relationship traumas was just central to the plot. Focusing on prioritizing the other person's needs became the solution. And the diversion of trying to find Dave was interesting as a way to bring Simon and Charlie together and let Simon see behind the facade that Charlie was maintaining of that golden retriever. But by and large, the main conflict of the story was mental health. So I think if I had similar issues, insecurities or neuroses, it would have landed a bit more impactfully for me. But even so, it was still an interesting viewpoint into those issues that I otherwise wouldn't have had. I did really appreciate the Intersplice Discord channel discussion a lot. I felt like it hinted that Simon and Charlie participated. There were times when insider knowledge was shared or when users pushed back a bit on things that our characters wanted to be a bit more secret. So I surmised that Hell's Moving Castle was Simon and Simon Devereaux's cheekbones was Charlie. And
Wait, didn't
sorry.
Simon at one point recommend Howl's Moving Castle to Charlie?
Yes. Yes. And in the audiobook, the narrator matched those Discord voices to Simon and Charlie's voices. So it's a nice little subtle nod to the reader. I was a bit disappointed that their careers didn't play more of a role in their story. Being famous had kind of an impact, but not really. And they could have had any other career and it would have hit the same. I was hoping for a bit more insight into that lifestyle because that's not the regular book story. That was kind of a unique angle, and I wished it was explored a bit more. But I do have one takeaway that I want to voice, especially given that it is Pride Month. Happy Pride, everyone. Something that I don't think I ever really truly appreciated about gay romance literature before is the level of intimacy that can be achieved between the characters. So they find a lover who matches them in such a way that they can love and appreciate, similar to straight romances. But with gay romances, you also have that shared experience of feeling othered, and you have that shared experience of growing up as a young queer person. So I've only dated men, which means that no one that I've ever dated can relate to how it felt growing up in the 90s as a girl. They'll never understand the unique experiences that I went through, but that's not the case with Simon and Charlie. They were able to find a lot of similarities to them. Even though they had very different upbringings, they understood what it was like to be a little boy struggling to belong in their own family. And that was a facet of romance in the genre I don't think I really fully appreciated before this book. All right, I've talked a bunch, so I will turn it over to the next person.
Let's go, Nicole.
I don't know if I can follow that up. That was like really good.
Thank you.
I read it on my Kindle, which I don't really like doing because I like highlighting stuff and I highlighted stuff on my Kindle, but then going back I really have not figured that out yet.
Oh, if you press, there's a down arrow in the top, and there's a like notepad you can hit.
Oh, I did not know that. I'm already on another book. I should look that up. It was like a little harder for me to get into I like the story, I like the characters. I thought, like, it was, like, super slow, like you said, like a slow burn, it, like, definitely but then at the end, I felt like everything was kinda, like, rushed for me, like, all of a sudden, it, like, ended. I was like, "Wait, I feel like there's supposed to be more," and it was like, "You have 6% left of the book," and I was like, "Wait, what?" I do like the dog in the book. I like how that, like, helped bring them together. I really didn't have, like there's let me see if I can go back to my library here and pull out my quotes that I did like that, like, the chat room stuff, that was, like, a nice, like, interlude in the book. I didn't think about, like, how they were involved in that at all. Like, that just slipped my mind. I don't
I
know
think. Well, I'm
why.
guessing the voices on the audiobook is what really helped.
The voices on the audiobook, and then also Simon introducing Charlie to Howl's Moving Castle. That was the indicator to me of, that's, I've heard that before.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah, that book I actually that book's on my, like, TBR somewhere. Sorry, my voice is definitely not I like how, like, Simon was, like, finding himself with Charlie and trying to better himself. I also love the relationship that Simon and Jamie had throughout the book, like, I could never be that kind of friend with one of my exes, so kudos to him for that. I highlighted a couple things.
While
Lynn,
you look for that, I'll build on what you said there, where I thought he did it like the relationship between Simon and Jamie could have come off really needy, and instead it was just very healthy, and I appreciated that. Sorry, Mike, I cut you off.
I was gonna say Lynn could never be friends with exes.
Yep, never. Definitely not on a podcast with one.
Nope.
A couple things I highlighted was, like, kissing Charlie feels like he's finally letting go of something heavy, like he's filling his lungs after holding his breath, and it looks like they're on the same page. He's near enough to feel Charlie smile. "Simon, I'm kissing you because I ran out of reasons not to," which I felt was adorable, and I loved how Charlie just let Simon take his time, go through his thoughts, let him kinda lead the way, which I thought was very nice. Overall, I liked the read.
All right, Brendan.
So I didn't dislike it. I didn't love it. I kind of felt somewhere in between. I did struggle a little bit at the beginning, and I did kind of throw some blame at jet lag. So I don't want to give full blame to the author, but I did feel it was a little clunky just in terms of the way that she writes. And not, and again, not bad. I did feel that there was a lot of throwaway in the book. So again, like the relationship with the sister, I just felt like by the end of the book, I'm like, nothing really came of that. It was a side story, but just there was like no real payoff there. It was just kind of like, why do we have this throughout the entire book where it wasn't really much. I also didn't really feel like, oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I completely agree with you, and especially the clunkiness. And I think it was really emphasized in the audiobook of Charlie did this, then Simon did that, then Charlie said this, then Simon. It's like, can we not start with a name every single sentence?
And also, like, yes, there was kind of a slow burn aspect to it. Yes, it was, Grumpy Sunshine. It was, Lab Black Cat. Like, it was all those, or Golden Retriever. It was all there, but I also felt like I really missed some with as long as this book was, like, there wasn't much of that we got to see of why they fell for each other. It was just kind of one of those things where it's like, oh, well, they're clearly enemies who are going to fall for each other. And other than, Charlie looking out for him and giving a ride home, I was like, I don't, they must be really hot. They're actors. So, okay, I'm going to make that guess. But I never really got invested in the two of them being together other than it just was well, this is obviously the storyline that we're going to go for. So, sure. I feel like, and I'm not diminishing Simon's storylines of his OCD and his migraines, but that was so much of it, which I'm not saying is not a good story to tell, but it also just kind of went away too. Like it was convenient during certain story times, but then it just was gone for other parts of the story. I'm just like, well, okay. Again, kind of like the sister, it's like it was there, but just didn't really have much to do to further the story. Although I did really think about Mark Summers a lot with all the OCD, knowing, thinking about, Double Dare back then, like knowing that he's OCD now. I just, and these guys were not acting in anything as dirty or crazy. So I can't even imagine what his life was. But
I had no idea about that. So you just blew my mind.
yeah, isn't that crazy?
That's crazy. He picked a career, of disgusting. Like I love my son, but like kids are disgusting. He worked primarily with kids doing disgusting things.
Right. And I didn't buy the "you are my nemesis" in the same breath. Let's go on a road trip together. I'm sorry, but if you're that annoyed by someone, you are not going to volunteer to go on a road trip with that person. Like, especially you've got money. You're an actor on what sometimes seemed like a very successful show, and then sometimes it was like, maybe someone watches it. I don't know. I really felt like they could have driven separate. Like, it just seemed like I can't imagine someone like Simon just volunteering to do all of that aspect. It seemed a little much. And the assumption that I came up with was obviously he likes him more than he wants to say, but there was nothing there to kind of fuel that part of the story. So I was just kind of missing that. I did love the quotes though, the loving the ran out of reasons not to kiss you line. And timing wise, I really liked the quote, and I had written this down. Is this perpetual hard on that people have for the 50s the explanation for why we keep electing shitheads? No, Charlie says that would be racism. Hope that helps. Um, I highly enjoyed it. I thought that would so Cat Sebastian I don't think is a bad writer and writes some things really well. So I will say that because I don't want to be fully negative. But again, like, was it a bad story? No. Did I enjoy reading it? Sure. Definitely wasn't one of my favorites, but
yeah, lack of tension was an issue.
yeah.
And
I wanted to be excited that they were together. I was just like, okay, check the box, they're together. What's next?
Yeah, and like usually in like these types of like romantic books, there's usually like some big fight or something, and then they obviously come back together. It's always in the romance books, but there was never anything that was like that drastic.
Yeah, it was just mental health that they had to go over.
Yeah.
Although Brendan's comment did make me remember my favorite line, which was whenever someone said something homophobic to Charlie online, he just wrote, "Get well soon, I guess."
He was definitely the star of the book in my
Yes.
opinion. Like,
yes.
Charlie was awesome. And I did absolutely love, I will say one thing about that building the relationship. I absolutely loved the Simons going after the stepfather. Like, I absolutely loved that. I thought that was like kind of a grand gesture. Part of me wishes it was a grand gesture that he didn't find out about until much later, where it was like, you did that for me, not like an instant, yeah, I did that. Moving on. I'm like, oh, okay. I felt like that could have been milked for a little bit more.
Anything else? Me?
I think that's it for this portion.
I will say I had to Google that actor that you just talked about.
Oh, really?
Mark Summers.
Yeah, I have no. I was like, I don't know who that is, but I'm not going to admit that. And then I went
Because you're a baby.
I'm like, oh, okay.
We grew up on him.
Yes.
So I think I'm in the same boat as most people. The book was fine. I think, like everyone said, it was hard to get into at first. And I think my problem was this is the fourth male to male romance I've read in a row. and it was the worst of the 4. So I think like it was already at a disadvantage, and then I'm comparing it to the 3 books I read before it, and it just it kind of fell flat, especially because Simon was just such an unlikable character. Like every time he would complain about something, I'm like, oh, shut the fuck up.
I know. I was reading or listening to TJ Klune's new book while I was also reading this, and I just love how he writes with his characters, and like compared to this, like it was night and day.
How is the new one? I have it on my shelf.
It's like I didn't expect it to be that short when I picked it up, and then I always listen to his books. It's a tearjerker.
Oh, good.
It was a great story. I love all his books, so I would definitely recommend it.
And I think we kind of touched on this too. I think there wasn't enough to make this relationship feel real or have you like rooting for it. If they had done more flashbacks of like prior scenes from some of the episodes or like some of the prior seasons, something that would give us something to hold on to, it would have made the book a little more believable. But I think like what Brendan said, like, I don't want to get in a car with people I know for 6 hours, let alone my mortal nemesis. Like, I don't want to be in the car that long with anyone.
They just kept bringing up that one scene about, like, I think it was the lobster.
Yeah.
Some, like, lobster scene. That's the only scene I remember that was brought up, like, numerous times.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked Charlie was obviously my favorite character. Like, outside of that, I'm like, I could throw everyone else away. Like, I kind of wish it was written from Charlie's point of view versus Simon's, but then I think there wouldn't be enough book because there wouldn't be enough time dedicated to all the OCD and anxiety moments. I don't know. I'll go over some quotes that I liked because I think there was some gems in here. I don't know if it's necessarily just because it's part of the story, but I think I could see these things happening in real life, and I think that's why I like them. This is very, very close to being in the book when I think it's the first time Simon's getting a ride from Charlie, and Charlie says, "I'm going to run you over if you don't get in." Charlie opens the passenger door. "I'll chase you across the parking lot until I run you over, and I'll put the car in reverse and do it again." I can see myself making those threats to people. Also, Jamie with Simon's phone. "I feel like I should take your phone," Jamie says. "I think you take my phone in the situation, but on the other hand, I really want to see what happens. God, I hate hard choices." Now, I need to go back and look at photos of myself talking to dogs. With Simon's looking at his photo, I think he was talking to a dog at the car show. It says his mouth is doing something stupid because he's using his talking to dogs voices. And I'm like, oh, I definitely have one of those.
We all do.
Yeah. I liked when Simon called Charlie a nightmare. I think that was a great pet name. I felt personally targeted when Charlie looks at Simon's phone and says, "How does a person even get 400 unread text messages?" Brendan can attest to how many red bubbles.
Are you sure that's not my quote?
Funny. And then this was Simon about talking to Charlie. "Why on earth would someone want raccoons at the bird feeder? Why wouldn't anyone want raccoons at the bird feeder? Simon's going to have to figure out a casual way to bring up the existence of rabies. You know you can't cuddle a raccoon, right, Charlie? Not with that attitude, you can't." I think about every time I've seen one on a run or when they eat the dried stray cat food outside and I want to give one a hug, I'd be the one getting the rabies.
I'm over here just like, wow, Mike needs to read this audiobook instead of the person who did, because I enjoyed that so much more than Simon just asked old Charlie. Like,
why on earth would someone want raccoons at the bird feeder?
Exactly. That's exactly what it sounded like. So obnoxious.
Oh, that's funny. Speaking of these two characters we love so much, did anyone cast any actors to play them? Brendan.
So I don't say I would wanted to cast them, but I think because of the topic and well, I've never seen it, I was really picturing the guys from Supernatural in here. I think because of their show, it just kind of what kept popping in my head. I'm not saying they necessarily fit what I would have maybe imagined, but that's all when I was reading, that's all I could think of.
But they're brothers in the show.
I've never seen the show. So. And they're not brothers in real life, so we're good.
True. Lynn, any casting?
Yes, I chose David Cornsweet for Simon. He's the new Superman. He's handsome, but like he could do neurotic pretty well. And Joe Keery for Charlie. So that's Steve from Stranger Things. He just has that golden retriever energy for me.
Interesting. Nicole, any casting?
I was trying to think about it today. I think Dan Levy for Simon. I don't know, but I always picture him in Schitt's Creek because he's kind of like neurotic and just like, but he was beautiful in Schitt's Creek. I miss that show. And then like I was trying to think of Charlie like golden retriever. Like I love Jonathan Bailey, but he doesn't have like the blonde hair that I'm picturing Charlie with.
I think
He
for
could
me,
diet. That could work.
he could diet. I think for me, I was trying to, in my brain, try to stick to gay actors to play the characters. And so for Charlie, I have had Jonathan Groff and Simon as Matt Bomer.
Oh, I had him written down too. I
But
don't know for who I wrote his name down though.
you're like, if it's somewhere. Have you read anything else by Cat Sebastian? And if not, or if you have, would you read more, Lynn?
No, I haven't read anything by her. And if someone recommended her for this book saying, you know, Starship was kind of weak, but this book is really some of her best work, I would read that because I didn't dislike Starship. I just found it kind of dry.
Brendan?
So this was actually my second book by Cat Sebastian. I literally am forgetting the other one. We Could Be So Good, I think it was called, which I thought was a little bit better. Very similar to Lynn, I am not going to seek out another Cat Sebastian book, but if there's like this book is such a great book, you have to read it, I would read it.
Nicole?
I haven't read anything else by her. I usually try to give authors like 2 books to decide if like I will continue. I did read like the Goodreads reviews for this book before like I read into it, and like Allie Hazelwood and B.K. Borsman had like such high excuse me ratings that I think I was more like I was like, wait, am I really like this bad that I don't think that about the book? She's not a no for me, but she isn't like an automatic yes.
And I think that's where I'm sitting, where I don't think I would actively, like Brendan said, seek out another book. But I think like if there was like a TikToker that usually has good book recommendations and they throw one on there, I'm like, maybe I'll consider it. But as of for now, my TBR has over 1,000 books on it. There's no time to waste on putting things that might fall into this category. And lastly, did you find the ending satisfying, Brendan?
It was satisfying you can put it in the category of and they lived happily ever after, so it's fine. But again, it wasn't any like no one's gonna be jumping up and clapping at the end of this movie.
That's a good way to put it. Nicole?
It was meh. I was like, oh, okay, it's over. Cool. Like it wasn't anything like exciting. I did finish it today as I was at the doctor's office because I fractured my thumb. So
Oh no.
Oh no.
Nice. I don't know. It was meh. It was okay.
Lynn?
Yeah, I really think Brendan hit the nail on the head when he said no one's going to be standing up and applauding this ending. Like, yes, everyone got where they needed to be. None of the characters were perfect, but they were working on getting better for each other. And while I'm not quite sure what Jamie's role was in the book, I do appreciate that Simon got to keep his best friend and boyfriend and maintain those relationships and even continue to live with them. So it was a happy ending, but I actually found in my opinion, the ending kind of dragged out. They got together and then it was them talking about their feelings, them talking about their feelings, them talking. I needed some sort of conflict. It felt like a very long resolution to, oh, I've actually secretly always liked you.
Yeah, I feel with this, I think an epilogue chapter could have helped a lot. Like maybe like after the next season wraps, where like we know like the show's over, or did they end up staying on for more seasons, or like did they get different projects after? Like I feel like
Yeah,
it
I
needs
agree with
something.
that.
It felt
The next
rushed.
project together.
Like something. I don't know. I'll say, like Nicole said, meh.
I thought I was muted. You're coughing.
All right. So before we go on to our bullshit topic, we have our new segment where we talk about what we're reading currently and what we're excited to read coming up. So, Lynn, why don't you start us off?
So since I was last on this podcast, I saw Project Hail Mary in the movie theaters, and that actually kicked off an Andy Weir reread for me. So I reread The Martian, Project Hail Mary, and Artemis. But now I flipped back to Emily Henry, and I'm currently reading Happy Place. No idea what I'm reading next, though, because I seem to be just all over the map.
Yeah, going from sci-fi to contempt romance, definitely going all over
Yeah.
the place. How is Artemis? That's I haven't read that one by him.
So it's not as good as The Martian or Project Hail Mary, but Project Hail Mary is my favorite. So that's of course nothing's going to be better than that. But I still enjoyed it. It's a bit more of a quicker read. It's about a colony on the moon, which is just sort of poignant given the fact that we just launched Artemis and it went around the moon in order to eventually the eventual plan to be settling the moon. So this would be kind of down the line from that. I assume that NASA named it Artemis as an like unrelated, but it could have been a nod to his book. But it was still worth the read. It was still like very good in my opinion.
All right.
So it's not Artemis from It's Always Sunny?
No, but I love her.
I love Artemis. Sleeping with Danny DeVito. What a freak.
She's crazy. I love her.
All right.
She does this thing with the hot dog bun.
All right. So you don't know what you're reading next.
I don't. I just started Happy Place, though, so I don't have to decide for a while.
I hope it's something really crazy that doesn't connect either romance or sci-fi. Just goes completely in the opposite direction.
It's probably going to be our next podcast book, to be perfectly candid.
Oh, yeah. That's probably will work. Nicole.
I am on the third Crescent City book. I'm almost done with it because I'm preparing for our new book coming out in October, and they said you should read all the series because they all like interconnect, which now I'm seeing. But Crescent City was my last like tackle in her.
Isn't it like 1,000 pages?
Yeah, I'm listening to it, so which is super helpful because it is the thickest book ever. Like all of them are like thick in this series.
So I read the first Crescent City book. It wasn't my favorite of hers. Like, it was probably, in my opinion, one of her weaker books, but I liked it enough to buy the second one, and I did not finish the second one. I was kind of pushing my way through, and then there were other things that just interested me more. Should I revisit? Is the third one worth it?
I personally like the second one way better.
Okay. So I probably won't like the third.
The third one is like, I like follow some like booktubers and stuff, and like I've already seen their reactions to the third one, which isn't great. I'm interested to see where it ends up. We're in like, I wouldn't say the meat of it, but like I think the most like intense portion of the book. So I'm interested to see how it ends. And then I just started Karma is a Beast, which is like the second book after Namaste and Slay, which I found like some girl was like, oh, I read this book in like 24 hours on TikTok. I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. I really liked the cover. and it was not a book I was expecting to have. Like, what happened in the book was not at all what I was expecting. It turns into like these girls getting hunted. They are all like hypnotized for these rich men, and then they like run for their lives.
Hmm.
Maybe that'll be my next book. It sounds like nothing like I've read.
It is crazy, and it like ends on like a legit cliffhanger, and I'm like, crap, I have to read the second book.
And that's Namaste and Slay.
Yeah, the cover just was like, it has a girl like an animal mount, but there's like a girl head, and then there's an animal. It is like the wildest ride.
No, add that one.
October book, Mike?
We're already out for the rest of the year or so for the podcast.
True.
Brendan, let's hear about what you've been reading and what you plan to read.
I am currently reading the book Father Material, which is the third book in the London Calling series by Alexis Hall. The first one, which was Boyfriend Material, I absolutely loved. I thought that was an amazing book. Husband Material, which is the second book, I almost smashed my Kindle with a sledgehammer because I was not happy with that, the way that book ended. So giving the third book a shot, about halfway through right now. It's not too bad. Definitely not as good as the first book, but not too bad. And my next book I'm really excited about, I am going to be reading Open Era by Edward Schmidt, which I've been seeing a lot of reviews online that it's been really good. So I'm excited to read that. And I recently just finished The Midnight Train by Matt Haig, which was good. It didn't get 5 stars for me, but it was still a really good read.
All right. Books I've recently read: In Your Court by Kit Haley, which was a tennis male romance, which was really good. Which now one of the books upcoming to read is The Open Era that Brendan just mentioned by Edward Schmidt, which is also a tennis male romance. I also just read The Kennedy Rule, which is a hockey romance, and the sequel comes out, I think, in a week. So I read that in preparation for it. And I just finished today a pretty fucked up book called Saving Noah. I don't know if anyone else in the podcast has read that one. Essentially, the premise of it is it's a family, and it's the mother dealing with the fact that her son is a pedophile, and like a 16, 17-year-old pedophile, and the repercussions of what happens after that truth comes out.
Ugh, you should see my face right now. Ugh.
Yeah. It's a very short audiobook if anyone wants to listen to it. It's like 6 hours.
Like there's a lot of things that that I would forgive my son for, but I think that would be one of the things that I would, yeah.
Yeah, and that's part of the struggle of the story is there's one parent who seems to be more forgiving, and then there's one that's really not. Books coming up, I said The Open Era. I also want to read The Midnight Train that Brendan seems to slander.
not slander. No, it was a good book. It did not get a 5-star, but it was still good.
And then I know coming up on Libby, I have You with the Sad Eyes, which is Christina Applegate's memoir. And I've heard it's like a devastating memoir. So excited to read that. It's going to be nice and sad. Anything else on reads before we move on to our bullshit topic?
No, but I would like to point out that 2 of your 3 reads were about sports, which now makes sense why you wanted the next category for bullshit. Go on.
Well, I originally was trying to figure out a category for the bullshit topic, which Lynn has said now is sports. And I mainly chose it because the World Cup is going to be going on when this airs. So it just seemed like a good random topic to throw in there. But maybe I was influenced by the books I've been reading. So we'll start with the first question, which is, what is your favorite sport to watch? And we will start with Lynn.
Sorry, I was muted. Football and college basketball, I gotta say. Football is just so fun on a Sunday morning, and then NCAA tournament is just every year. I'm addicted.
Buffalo Wild Wings?
Yeah. But we got to do it Friday. Thursday this year threw me off.
Yes, next year will definitely be on a Friday. Bonus question: is there a sport you don't like to watch at all?
Golf. No. My husband watches so much golf on TV.
Gross.
Constantly.
That was the answer I was looking
Gross.
for, so thank you. Nicole, favorite sport to watch?
I really like watching baseball and women's like softball at the World Series that just ended. I like watching football, but my team kind of sucks, so watching them is aggravating.
Who's your team?
The Cowboys.
It could be worse. You could be a Jets fan.
I could be. I did actually go to a game at the Jet Stadium, and they won against the Cowboys.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I actually went with Lana.
Oh, really?
Running. Yeah, we went down. I was like, really, the game we go to, it was cool.
Lynn knows Lana.
Yes, I was going to ask that. Is that the Lana I know?
Yep.
Now, Nicole, do you know Lana from college or from the Run 169 Club?
The Run 169 Club. We're like close in age, so like if we're in the same race, we were like, because in the 20s it's a lot easier to place in your age bracket. So we would go like back and forth. And I think one of the races we did, we were following Mikey, and he was doing like an 8:30 pace or something. And I think me and her were like dying trying to keep up with him. And it was like a hot race. It was like the petite race, I think.
Oh, yeah, I did run fast that one. It was like 1,000 degrees outside. It's like the middle of July.
Yeah, I was like, we're gonna die.
Oh, you know why? I think Felicia Liebler was pacing me for that race.
She was also pacing apparently me and Lana, who did not finish at an 8:30 pace.
Fun story about Lana. So my dog who passed away last year, her name was Lana. So getting to know human Lana, who I love her, she is amazing. But I kept my dog's name a secret from her for like years until accidentally one day I slipped and I was like, hey, she's a rescue. She came with that name.
She was like,
I thought you
right,
named
or
her
you're
after
obsessed with
Archer.
me.
If it makes you feel better, my daughter her nickname is Charlie, after my grandfather, but my cousin's dog is also named Charlie.
After
Not Charlie from Starship?
No, we spell it a little bit differently because I wanted to spell it the way my cousin spelled their dog's name, but I was like, that will be kind of weird.
Is her full name Charlotte?
Yes. Charlotte.
I love Charlie as a nickname for Charlotte.
She definitely has my grandfather's attitude, which therefore is my attitude. So.
Nicole, is there a sport you won't watch?
I was on mute when she said it. I literally said golf the same time she did. I grew up with my dad watching it all the time. And like I would try to talk during it and I would just get yelled at. I'd be like, well, why is this a birdie? Is this like an eagle or a turkey? He's like, can you just shut up?
Oh,
why are there birds?
So
I don't understand the scoring either. I'm very confused.
So it's funny you mentioned about the quiet thing. So working for Travelers, oftentimes we would volunteer at the championship. And there was one time, my friend Erica and I, we were so hungover going to our volunteering, our service we did for like a couple hours. And we're walking through, like golf was already happening. And we're like stumbling because we're all hungover. And Erica just drops her breakfast sandwich. And we just burst out laughing, and the amount of shushes and looks we got because we were making such a kerfuffle over poor breakfast sandwich.
I hate the one guy every single time who just goes, "Get in the hole!" Every single time you watch golf, that guy exists, and I hate him.
Brendan, favorite sport to watch?
My favorite is the non-American side of football, or football, if you will.
So soccer.
Yes. I'm trying not to say it. Not that I dislike American football. I do, but I just want to help clarify.
And is there a sport you refuse to watch?
It's going to be shocking to everyone, but it's golf.
Yeah. Oh, I found my people. Awful.
Now, I'm going to throw 3 out that I like to watch. I think American football is number 1. And then there's a close tie between football or soccer and college basketball. I think March Madness college basketball would go over soccer.
The squeaking.
Oh, yes. Brendan can't stand the sneaker squeaking that echoes through Buffalo Wild Wings. I won't watch golf, nor will I watch NASCAR.
Oh
That's not a
God, yeah,
sport.
you're
I
in
don't care what
between
anyone says.
circles and circles.
So many
Circles.
circles.
But like I hate to say it, the only exciting part is when they crash.
Yeah,
But then like
you're rooting for it.
somebody's gonna get hurt, and I'm just like, my family is a huge NASCAR fan, so it's like during like school winter break in February, like the Daytona 500 was always on.
So once that ended, he went into golf season.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Headed to Indianapolis. I'm going to go to the Indy 500 museum because my son is obsessed with race cars. So that might be in my future, watching NASCAR.
Ugh.
Try to go for Formula One.
Classier.
A good Formula One romance. That's good.
Oh, is that a thing?
There is. Who writes it? Oh my God, it's one of my favorite series. First book
Is it
is
about Charles
Cat.
Leclerc?
No, Anna Hong. Anna Hong. There's like 4-book series.
Interesting. Are there any sports you prefer to watch on TV, Brendan?
I don't know if there's a prefer I'd watch on TV. I would say I'll go the opposite way. I'd rather be live at a baseball game than watch baseball on TV. I think it's just a little bit more entertaining to be in person, and kind of slow on TV. But I think the other ones I wouldn't, and I enjoy being in person, but TV is also fine.
Lynn?
So in person is pretty much always superior, especially for like hockey, baseball, basketball. But I will say I do watching football on TV, there are some good advantages. They add a lot in the field to help you quickly follow what's going on with plays. When I'm in person, I pretty much always fall for the feints and I'm looking at the completely wrong players and I miss the play altogether.
Interesting. Nicole?
I don't know if I would say there's a sport I prefer to watch. Any sport I prefer to like be live. But I would agree, like at least with like the football, you can see, okay, they need to be here for the first down. This is what's happening. But it always depends on where you're positioned on the field to see exactly what's going on. The TV, you can see everything happening all at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of with Brendan where like I would rather see everything in person, but also it's fine on TV. But now I can kind of see we were talking about football where it could potentially be a little easier to watch on TV, but there's just something about going to a game in person.
There is something about
One
going to a
caveat.
game in person.
One caveat for me is if it's cold as shit like that UConn game.
Oh,
No.
Yeah.
I would much rather be inside watching on TV.
But yeah, I went to a Pittsburgh game on New Year's Eve. I was in the bathroom so much because it was heated.
I was going to say, I think the commentary on football games when you're watching on TV is also a lot stronger than a lot of other sports.
Oh, depends on
Tony
who
Romo.
though. If it's Tony
True.
Romo,
Oh,
True.
I hate Tony Romo.
the worst. No, Chris Collinsworth's the worst.
Mm.
But
I
Tony
love
Romo's
Tony.
very.
At least he knows not to scream.
Oh yeah, Tony Romo's always screaming. Who is your ride or die team you follow? Lynn.
UConn, which makes my least favorite team very obvious.
You want to throw it out there? We'll just do best favorite and least favorite.
Duke. Come on. I'm always going to root against Duke.
Nicole, favorite and ride or die, and then least favorite.
Ride or die. That would have to be a Cowboys. I was born coming out like I pretty much had a Cowboys onesie on me. Least favorite, I have to go with the Eagles.
I had a feeling that's where you're going to be going.
Cliche, but I don't. Like, there's not one team that I'm be like, I hope they lose.
Duke.
See, I'm just automatically a UConn fan since I went there and UConn took all my money. So
Also went to UConn, so that makes it even stronger.
Brendan, ride or die, and then least favorite.
Well, ride or die is Duke.
Ugh.
Just kidding.
Be like, Mike, you have to divorce him. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Ride or die would be Tottenham Hotspur, who was a Premier League team. So I had a really rough year emotionally this year, and we are a Colts household. So for that, my least favorites would have to be Arsenal and the Patriots.
Obviously, my ride or die team is the Colts. Football's the probably what I watched the most consistently, so the Colts would be my ride or die. If it was baseball, it'd be the Cubs, and then I'm always rooting for UConn during our lovely March Madness season. Least favorite team, Lynn.
Duke.
Absolutely. Followed by Ohio State basketball and the Patriots. Patriots used to be closer to the top of that list, but then once Bill and Tom left, it seemed like it became a little easier.
agreed. I think it was when Bill and Tom were there that I was like,
I actually think it was mostly Bill because when Tom was on in Tampa Bay, like he didn't bother me as much.
yeah, I think agreed. Yeah.
He still wore Uggs.
Oh yes, he did.
That's true.
Mike, I feel like you missed a team there. I'm struggling to understand what's happened.
Who am I missing?
I don't know. You named 3 teams. Interesting.
Who am I supposed to be saying?
What teams did you say again?
Duke, Ohio State, and Patriots.
No, ride or die teams.
Oh, the Hotspurs?
Mm-hmm. Although that was a very poor read.
Anyways,
I'll remember this.
who are your favorite and least favorite athletes? Nicole.
Do they have to be athletes that are playing right now?
No.
I love Troy Aikman so much. I love that I can still see him. Now, least favorite. Sure. So I would have to say Michael Vick.
Oh, dogs.
Yeah.
And Eagles.
Sure. Yep, that too.
Lynn, favorite and least favorite?
So I do tend to follow former UConn players, and I do have a soft spot for Marshawn Lynch ever since he led my fantasy team to a regular season victory. I've never actually won the playoffs, and I don't know, I appreciate his playfulness when talking to the press.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only here so I don't get fined. And his love of Skittles. I used to be a Tom Brady fan, but he really started to annoy me after his divorce from Giselle. I just now find him so gross.
Does that make him your least favorite?
Yeah, I think so. That's the one that came to mind first.
Wow. That's crazy. Marshawn Lynch was on this season of Euphoria.
Yes, I am aware of that. I didn't watch this season of Euphoria because I heard that it wasn't worth watching, but I did watch all the clips and see all the memes. So yeah. I feel like I know what happened anyway.
When he popped up on the screen, I was like, it's Marshawn Lynch.
I just love him. I just love him.
Brendan, favorite and least favorite?
Favorites, Peyton Manning. And I'm going to go least favorite, Tiger Woods.
Ooh, I like that one. It's another one where he just got gross.
Well, I got
so gross.
I've got a third one that's also gotten gross for least favorite. I will start with favorite, which is obviously Peyton Manning, but least favorite, Aaron Rodgers.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, I want to change my answer.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, 100% least favorite.
Yeah, always call him Turk Rogers. Because he gets on the Percocet to make sure.
He is just the worst.
Yeah.
Ugh. How did I forget him? Yeah. Dear Lord, what was I thinking?
Well, you won't be able to forget.
I blocked him out.
Well, he's playing again this year, so you won't be able to block him out.
Ew. Yeah, no, Mike, you win.
Did you play any sports in school, or are there any, looking back, you wish you had played? Nicole.
I played softball, and I'm still playing softball. I don't know if there's anything that I wish I played. I wish I was better at basketball because I'm tall, but I'm not like really coordinated. I was like a fat kid in high school, like growing up, so like the running aspect was not like on my bingo card. I didn't like running up and down the court.
Brendan?
It is.
Oh.
Wait, can I point out how many of us are now run who did not enjoy running in high school? Because I did not run at all until my 20s.
Same.
I would like to clarify that I am not included in that list of people who like to run.
Fair. You married into it, though.
Got to keep my reputation pristine.
No, I'm pretty sure running's an STD and you're infected.
Brendan?
That is an absolute no. I did not play any, and none I wish I played. I am not what one would call a coordinated athletic person.
I thought you were going to say a physical boy.
I don't think that's the words I would have used, but sure. But yeah, no, just that was not me. I mean, if I looked completely different and I was coordinated, sure, I would be like all about it, but no thanks. I'm good.
Lynn?
Yeah, I'm going to copy Brendan and say I was not coordinated. And I'm also just not that competitive of a person. So high school, I didn't really play anything. And Mike, you can attest to this. We just really didn't have that many choices. I think we had soccer, basketball, and baseball, softball, and that was it.
I was on the track team.
Does that count?
Yes.
We didn't really compete.
I went to states.
But in college, I did flag football multiple years, and I did inner tube water polo, and I had a blast. So 0 regrets about that. I did enjoy that.
Ooh, does it count that when I lived in Hoboken, I was technically on a kickball team, even though my friend Jillian and I used to get Chinese food and sit on the bleachers when watching everyone do it?
Counts 100%.
All right. I'm a kickball legend.
Just like you finished the Yukon Health half.
You know it. I got a medal.
He found a medal.
The universe gifted it to me.
Well, like I just mentioned, I did track in high school. I think I would have liked to do something like soccer, maybe, or maybe even baseball if I was more coordinated. But again, not coordinated like the rest of the people in this call. So, no, it just never happened. But I also really did play kickball when I was in college and took a volleyball class. Nothing like getting college credit for playing volleyball.
Yeah, that's pretty smart. No, I'm married into someone who's coordinated and good at sports. I'm hoping it gives it to Jake.
TBD. Do you enjoy books with sports as the main theme? And if so, give up to your top 3. Nicole.
Yes, and the Windy City series. Oh, I love all of them. Also, there's 2 series. I don't know what the series are called. Chelsea Kirkle writes 2. She's got a hockey series that I'm absolutely obsessed with. Her next book comes out in July. And then she's got a football series that I love. I think it's like on camera or something like that. And she's like an indie author, but she's becoming more like known, but they are like smutty romances.
Brendan.
I do, actually. It's not always necessarily my automatic go-to. However, I kind of feel like the sports theme is kind of a, if you throw a rock, you're going to hit 10 of them. So they become very easy to get and read. I would say my top 3 are The Fall by Tal Bauer, which is hockey, and is MM. And then Carrie Soda's Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and The Favorites by Lane Fargo.
Lynn?
So I have one favorite, King's of Beacon. That I'll
Ah,
share. Yep. But I actually looked into it, and going into what exists out there for sports, I found it fascinating that adult fiction, there's a real gap in sports related stories outside of YA and romance. It's very heavily used in romance books, but outside of that, it's really only seen in memoirs and nonfiction. So I will admit to reading A Grunking to Remember
yeah.
loudly at a particularly rowdy book club in my 20s, but otherwise I haven't done too much in the sports arena.
A
I will
grunking
say,
to
Lynn,
remember.
Spike me, Gronk, spike me. That's the one line I remember.
so Lynn, two of the books that I mentioned, and I know that someone could say The Favorites could be, I didn't think it was a romance, but Carrie Soto and The Favorites, I would say are not romances.
Okay, good to know.
I was going to say the same thing. I loved both of those books. I didn't think The Favorites was really a romance.
It's like the romance takes it's like a second fiddle to the actual story. It's not like what drives the story.
That's usually how I like my books. I like the romance to kind of be a background, unless I'm going after romance, and then I'm reading Emily Henry. Thanks, Brendan. Thanks for turning me on to her.
You're welcome.
So I also had The Favorites and Carrie Soto is Back on my top 3, and then the Game Changer series, aka Heated Rivalry, just because they're delightful. What sport do you think doesn't get enough attention in the fictional book space? Lynn, you seem very passionate about talking about.
Yes,
Gronked.
I want to see curling.
Yes.
I love it. I love it in the Olympics, and I've never come across a book with curling as a central plot.
That would be it.
I think it might have to go on my radar as a future book.
Let's go.
Is that
Brendan?
going to be your romance?
Romance
Also,
curling, the
though?
sweeper, and
Oh yeah, I was talking about putting books underneath a pen name to get super smutty ones out there.
ooh.
So
I'll still proofread, or I'll still edit.
the curl within.
Ooh, yes.
Well, now I lost my appetite. I'm going to go with soccer for you American folks, which is actually funny because a soccer was the first gay sports romance book I read, which is Pull Me Under by Zara Daytan. And it was one of the last ones. There's not that many out there, which, given the World Cup, I mean, come on.
That actually surprises me. I would think that soccer would be way more popular to write romances
I mean,
now.
there are some. It's not like there's none, but
Yeah,
I mean, hockey has just
There's so much
taken
hockey.
over.
And not just like everything. It's like 95% hockey and then everything else.
Because hockey players are rich and people like to read about rich people. I don't know.
But like other sports make more money. Like,
Yeah, but you have to be rich to get into hockey.
oh, true. Yeah.
I had seen a quote once, and I don't know if this was from discussion around heat rivalry or not, but someone was basically saying a lot of people pick hockey because not most people know hockey, but they don't know hockey, so it doesn't have to be as technically
People aren't as
aligned.
nitpicky.
Right, because like most of the people reading it aren't like, wait a minute, that's not what it's where with football, soccer, basketball, baseball, people seem to know the rules a little bit more, so they might be a little harder to write. Not my feeling, just what I'm just relaying.
No, that makes
something I
sense
heard.
though.
And I kind of agreed because I enjoy going to hockey games, but you want to know the rules? I got nothing.
Yeah, I go to the Wolfpack games and cheer when people cheer and get super excited about the fights and the $2 beers.
And $2 hot dogs.
Gross.
Yum. Although the color of the hot dogs in the last Wolfpack game were very questionable.
Yeah.
And I felt about that. I mean, it tasted fine. I still ate it. Nicole, any underrepresented sports in books?
I'm going to say curling.
Curling?
Yeah, like
Good answer.
Came to my mind.
All right.
Yeah, I can't really think of any. I've read a book with almost every sport. That's curling.
Gonna have to put it on the list.
Could be a romantic Canadian love story, eh?
Oh wow, that might be. I had basketball as one that you don't see a lot of. I don't ever remember even seeing one and looking for those types of books to read.
I feel like that would work really well for woman on woman type romance.
Yeah, and I just
when I was at UConn, one of my friends worked on the women's team, and she told me everyone was dating everyone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, there was so much drama constantly.
Huh.
It's been 20 years, so I feel like I can now talk about it.
Yeah. Interesting. Anything else on sports before we move to the final segment of the podcast?
Ooh, squash. That'd be a good one.
Squash.
Squash.
Well, Roger Smith can be the lead.
Yes.
Ooh, what about a marathon romance where the guy falls in love in the middle of the marathon and
his toenail falls off? No one wants that.
It drives him to finish because he wants to meet the guy.
Would there be bleeding nipples involved?
Yes. So much chafing.
Definitely one of the least glamorous
yeah.
in the world.
Can you rub Aquaphor on all my chafed parts? No.
I almost thought I was gonna have a bloody nipple situation at my half marathon this weekend.
I mean, the amount of people that poop themselves on marathons, it doesn't lend itself well to romance.
This is a different type of book we're talking about here now.
I don't understand you can poop yourself. I'm stopping. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't care what my time is. I'm stopping.
You would have to be well, it's don't trust a fart when you run. That's number one rule.
Yeah.
God, the romance just writes itself.
All right, Mike, let's go.
All right, now it's yep. All right, so marathon and curling.
Maybe Celeste would help write the marathon one. I'm sure that would.
So Celeste would love that.
Raunchy stuff in there.
All right, let's move on to the rapid response segment. I think everyone knows how this works. Most of these, they will either be a multiple choice question or you're going to have to give your immediate response and asking for an answer. There'll be a mix between those two. Let's have Brendan go first.
Ah.
You.
Ready?
Yes.
What is the worst candy?
Worst candy. Anything banana flavored.
Even banana runs?
Any artificial banana needs to go far away.
I love banana Laffy Taffy.
You're wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong, Mike.
What tastes better with vodka, lemonade or iced tea?
Ooh.
Immediate.
I prefer the Arnold Palmer, but I'm going to say iced tea.
What discontinued food item do you miss the most?
Pepperidge Farm sesame sticks.
White wine or red wine?
White wine.
Creed, Nickelback, or Hoobastank?
Oh, Hoobastank.
The reason is you.
Name something pissing you off right now.
I'm not a billionaire.
Pisses me off. Lynn?
All right, let's go.
What's the worst candy?
Mike and Ike.
Really?
Yeah.
I love a good Mike and Ike.
That
Maybe
means
it's because I'm in the name.
Since she didn't choose that.
What'd you say?
That means she must like Good and Plenty because she
Ugh.
chose Mike and Ike over it.
I also don't like it. Anything that comes in pill form is just weird for candy.
What tastes better with vodka, lemonade or iced tea?
Iced tea. I think lemonade and vodka is overall too sweet.
A little sweet.
Too sweet.
What discontinued food item do you miss the most?
Ooh, cream savers.
No, they're back.
They are?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
The strawberry and the orange.
Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to change to kudos bars.
Okay, that works. Those are not back. White wine or red wine?
Red wine.
Is the white wine thing hitting, or do you recognize that from TikTok?
I don't, but I might have a different algorithm.
We'll send one to you.
All right.
Creed, Nickelback, or Hoopastank?
Gotta go Creed, I guess.
I guess. And name something pissing you off right now.
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, love that callback. All right, Nicole.
Okay.
What is the worst candy?
Anything with nuts.
You say anything with nuts?
I don't like nuts. Like insane.
I
don't like nuts in sweets. I agree with you.
I
Nuts
hate
should be
Snickers
savory.
bars.
Yeah. Nuts.
What tastes better with vodka, lemonade or iced tea?
One different lemonade.
What discontinued food item do you miss the most?
The Friendly's watermelon roll.
They don't make it anymore?
No.
It's like a cake now. They brought it back, but it's not the roll.
Oh, that's
Boo.
right. White wine or red wine?
White wine.
Creed, Nickelback, or Hoopastank?
Nickelback.
Ooh, we got one of each. That was nice. And name something pissing you off right now.
My fucking cough.
I'm sorry. Your voice sounds great though.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else before we sign off for the evening? Going once, going twice. Well, thank you to my guests and the listener.